Why is self-love vital for attracting the right partner? Hello and welcome to this How to Love Successfully podcast with me, Dr. Mari Kovanen. I'm a registered psychologist, a conscious dating and relationship coach. And today we'll be talking about self-love. What does that mean? Self-loving practices. How can those help you to really attract the right person for you? If you are interested in creating the love life you want and knowing about conscious dating and conscious relationships, go now and give this channel a like and a follow, and you will be notified of any new episodes when they are released, usually on Fridays. But let's go now back to our topic today, self-love. What does self-love actually mean? Self-love means appreciating yourself as an emotional, physical, and spiritual being. How do you take care of yourself, both emotionally, physically, spiritually? How do you feel about yourself when you really dig deep? Do you appreciate yourself? How do you demonstrate that to yourself? Do you have regular self-loving practices? Or do you often realize that you have left yourself as the last one on the priority list? You understand why self-love and self-care are important for your general well-being. Today, we are specifically talking about dating. So self-love is appreciation of yourself and all parts of you, appreciating yourself as a full person, not just parts of you, perhaps those more socially acceptable parts, but actually appreciating all parts of you, even the so-called shadow side of you, and maybe those qualities that you personally struggle with. Learning to appreciate yourself as a full human being is so important, because then you are dating from this place of I am whole with warts and all, and I'm looking for someone else who's also whole, and together we create this conscious relationship together, this relationship where we negotiate the space between us. I don't expect the other to merge into me. We don't become one. Of course, we are a unit, and we form a couple bubble around us, but we don't merge into as one. We remain as individuals with individual needs and wishes, and we constantly negotiate the space between us. I am whole, you are whole, and that way we remain interconnected. So when you date from that place, you are able to set boundaries and you have clarity on what's okay and what's not okay with you. You are able to deal with the rejection as it happens better, because you're not expecting that other person to complete you or be the one to maybe save you or rescue you or something like that. Self-loving practices and self-appreciation also stops you from burning yourself out when you are dating. So lack of self-love may show in low confidence. Maybe you even struggle to go out there and put yourself out there. You may have difficulties with boundaries, and maybe you are trying to be perfect for your dates. I certainly remember in my 30s when I was dating. At the time, I hadn't done very much self-development work and very much kind of focused on I need to have the right kind of body. My hair needs to be, every hair in place, or otherwise I will be rejected. That's what I thought, that I had to be this perfect person to find love. And then over time, and after doing many years of self-development work, I have learned to appreciate all parts of me. even the ones that I keep continuing to develop, because we are always work in progress, but that's okay. And also, if you are lacking self-love, you may end up in situationships, in these situations that don't serve you. Maybe initially they did, but maybe then you started to want more and the other person is not willing to give that. And perhaps you feel like you need to go and ask for it more. So it's difficult for you to find someone who is on the same page with you, and someone who is willing and wants to give you that love, but you already have that love for yourself first. If you are lacking self-love, you may struggle to communicate about your needs, even during the dating process, or when you then end up in a relationship. It may be difficult to, as I mentioned earlier, to handle rejection. So self-love and self-loving practices are absolutely vital for your dating successful and finding the right person. And previously we have talked about your mindset and how the energy you project outside attracts a certain type of energy. And so if you approach yourself with this loving attention and you have self-loving practices, you will also project this energy outside, that you respect yourself and you expect the other person respecting you and loving you with warts and all. So this is really important. As you can see, lack of self-love can have really significant consequences on your relationships. If you now realize that you are struggling in some ways accepting yourself as a full emotional, physical, and spiritual being, what can you do then to really create this better relationship with yourself, a more loving relationships with yourself? Well, start asking yourself questions. Who am I? What do I like? What don't I like? What have I learned from my experiences in my past? What has been really difficult, or what is difficult for me in life right now? And start journaling and asking questions about yourself and really getting to know yourself. And then applying that sort of loving and compassionate attention to yourself and giving yourself the same compassionate, loving attention as you would give to your best friend, and really nurturing those parts of you that feel that they need nurturing. Then also some other practices like doing breath work, grounding yourself, regulating your nervous system is so important. Meditating, finding the right kind of meditation practice for you, because we're all different and different kind of things, different kind of meditative practices can work for us even at different times. I know this very much from personal experience, that this is a real journey to find what works for you. Being mindfully present, even in your everyday life, creating mindful practices for your everyday life that help you to feel more connected to yourself. And then you're projecting this energy outside also. And already I mentioned, of course, the self-compassion is so important. So giving yourself all of this loving attention. If you would like to know how to date successfully and finally find that loving relationship you are looking for, you can go now and watch my masterclass, and it will give you really an overview of everything that you need to understand about creating a conscious relationship from day one and how to date successfully. You can find the links to it in the show notes. And if you found this useful, please go and share this information with someone who needs to know it. And please don't forget to like and follow this podcast so that you will be notified of all the new episodes coming out on Fridays. Please remember to give yourself the loving attention first, and then you will attract the love you want. Bye for now. See you soon. Bye.